乘星宇航空。
803 Heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Request taxi to the
welcome aboard
active.
Starlux Airlines.
在展开一段舒适愉快的旅程之前，请仔细观看以下安全影片，因为您的安全对我们而言非常重要。
Please pay attention to the following safety demonstration before starting your journey, because your safety is important to us.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right via Tango 8, Tango Romeo Tango Sierra 2, Sierra, Charlie Whiskey Alpha Starwalker 803 Heavy.
根据法令，全程禁止使用发报类电子用品。有关行动电话及其他电子用品使用规范，请参阅机上杂志。
According to CAA regulations, all transmitting devices shall not be used at all times. For more information regarding mobile phones and electronic devices, please refer to the in-flight magazine.
滑行、起飞及降落时，请将手提行李妥善放在座位上方的行李箱内或前方座位底下。
Make sure all of your baggage is stowed properly in an overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you during taxiing, takeoff, and landing.
当您就座时，请随时将安全带系妥，扣把向外一拨即可解开安全带。
Keep your seatbelt fastened while seated. To release it, simply undo the buckle.
客舱失压时，氧气面罩会由上方自动落下。
If cabin pressure changes suddenly, oxygen masks will automatically appear above your head.
拉下面罩或红色拉带，罩住口鼻，调整松紧带，正常呼吸，然后再协助他人。
Pull down the mask or red pull flag, place it over your nose and mouth, tighten the straps, and breathe normally before assisting others.
All Heavy, contact Narita Tower 118.2.
本机舱共有8个紧急出口，使用方法及位置均有标示，航程中不可任意出动。
This aircraft has 8 exits clearly marked with instructions. The exits should not be touched during flight.
逃生时务必脱掉高跟鞋，不要携带行李，依照指示灯光及空服员的指引，由离您最近的紧急出口离开。
During evacuation, remove high-heeled shoes, leave carry-on baggage behind, and follow the illuminated signs and cabin crew's instruction to your nearest exit.
救生衣在您座位下或座位旁。
A life vest is stowed under or beside your seat.
使用时，救生衣上的吹管朝外，由头上套下，将黑色腰带拉至前方，扣好，拉紧。
Put the life vest over your head with the tube facing outward. Wrap the black straps to the front, fasten, and tighten.
离开紧急出口时，用力拉下红色拉环，即可充气。
Pull the red tab to inflate while leaving the emergency exit.
若无法自动充气，请吹前方管子。
For manual inflation, blow into the tube.
本班机全面禁烟，包含禁用电子烟。依法规定，不得毁损化妆室内的烟雾侦测器。
This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking and use of electronic cigarettes, tampering with or destroying the lavatories detectors
push back and engine start
prohibited by
approved.
law.
Face southwest.
现在，请您系妥安全带，竖直椅背，收好餐桌及脚踏板。
Please fasten your seatbelt. Return your seat back, seat table, and footrest to their original positions.
有关机上安全事项，请参阅安全须知卡。
Please refer to the safety instruction card for the detailed information.
祝您旅途愉快。
We wish you a pleasant.
United 7, gate 22 request pushback.
United 7, Narita ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, United 7.
Air Beach 343, ready to taxi to the active.
Korean Air 551 Heavy, taxi to cargo 211 via Alpha 8 Alpha, Whiskey 12 Sierra, Romeo, Quebec 5, Quebec.
Taxi to cargo 211 via Alpha 8 Alpha, Whiskey 12 Sierra Romeo, Quebec 5 to Quebec, Korean Air 551 Heavy.
Air Beach 343, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Tango 8 Sierra, Tango 3 Tango, Sierra 2 Sierra, Charlie, Whiskey, Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1 runway 16 right via Tango 8 Sierra Tango 3 Tango Sierra 2 Sierra Charlie Whiskey Alpha Air Beach 343.
China Post 286 at ramp 221 request pushback.
China Post 286, Narita ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. China Post 286.
United 7 taxi for departure.
United 7, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Quebec, Whiskey, Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1 runway 16 right via Quebec Whiskey
贵宾，我
Alpha
们即将起飞，
United
请
7.
确实系住您的安全带，谢谢。Hello everyone, we are ready for takeoff. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
United 6 Heavy at gate 33. Request pushback and engine start.
United 6 Heavy, Narita ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, United 6 Heavy.
United 6 Heavy, Narita ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
Pushback approved, face northwest, United 6 Heavy.
China Post 286 ready to taxi to the active.
China Post 286, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Whiskey 5, Whiskey, Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1 runway 16 right via Whiskey 5 Whiskey Alpha China Post 286.
United 6 Heavy, request taxi.
United 6 Heavy, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Romeo, Whiskey, Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Romeo, Whiskey, Alpha, United 6 Heavy.
China Post 286, contact Narita Tower 118.2, good day.
Over to Tower 118.2, China Post 286.
JX803 at ramp 182, request pushback and engine start.
United 7, contact Narita Tower 118.2.
Contact Tower 118.2, United 7, have a good afternoon.
Vietjet 935, Narita ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
Pushback approved, face northeast, Vietjet 935.
All aircraft be advised information mic now current, QNH 1005.
Vietjet 935, request taxi.
Vietjet 935, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Papa 1, Charlie, Papa, Tango 8, Tango, Romeo, Tango, Sierra 2, Sierra, Charlie, Whiskey, Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, via Papa 1, Charlie, Papa, Tango 8, Tango, Romeo, Tango, Sierra 2, Sierra, Charlie, Whiskey, Alpha, Vietjet 935.
Walker 803 Heavy, contact Narita Tower 118.2.
Contact Tower 118.2, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Starwalker 803 Heavy, ready for departure, runway 16 right.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, runway 16 right, line up and wait.
Runway 16 right, line up and wait, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Narita Tower, wind 170 degrees, 4 knots, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
United 7, contact Tokyo departure 124.2. Contact Tokyo departure 124.2, United 7. United 6 Heavy ready for departure, runway 16 right. United 6 Heavy, number 2 for departure. Hold short of runway 16 right. Hold short of runway 16 right, United 6 Heavy. line up and wait.
Runway 16 right, line up and wait, United 6 Heavy.
United 6 Heavy, Narita Tower, wind 170 degrees, 4 knots, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff, United 6 Heavy.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Tokyo departure 124.2.
Contact Tokyo departure 124.2, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Tokyo departure, Starwalker 803 Heavy, passing 2,000 feet climbing to flight level 200.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Tokyo departure, identified.
Tokyo departure, United 6 Heavy, passing 1,600 feet climbing to flight level 160.
United 6 Heavy, Tokyo departure, identified. China Post 286, contact Tokyo Control 119.35, bye-bye.
Contact Tokyo Control 119.35 China Post 286.
本班机全面禁烟，包含禁用电子烟。请遵守安全指示，并留意电子用品的使用状况。如发现异常，请立即暂停使用，并通知服务员。基于安全考量，请不要使用行动电源。航程中若有需要为您服务的地方，也请随时通知我们，谢谢。Hello everyone, during today's launch, we will...
Tokyo departure, China Post 208. Good afternoon, passing 1,600 feet, climbing to flight level 160.
For details, please refer to visual...
China Post 208, Tokyo departure, identified.
In addition, this is an absolute new launch. When the use of electronic cigarettes are limited, please follow some instructions and...
United 6 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 119.35. Good day. Contact Tokyo Control 119.35. United 6 Heavy, have a good afternoon.
Please do not use power banks during the launch. If you need any assistance, please reach contact doctor.
Tokyo departure, JX803 Heavy. Good afternoon, passing 1,600 feet, climbing to flight level 200.
JX803 Heavy, Tokyo departure, identified. Walker 803 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 119.35, bye-bye.
Center on 119.35. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Bye-bye. Tokyo Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Passing flight level 175, climbing to flight level 200.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified, climb flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Japan Air 408 Heavy, cleared Swamp Gulf arrival, runway 16 right. Cleared Swamp Gulf arrival, runway 16 right, Japan Air 408 Heavy. Japan Air 408 Heavy, report ready for descent. Ready for descent, Japan Air 408 Heavy. Japan Air 408 Heavy, descend to 2000 feet, QNH 1005. Descend to 2000 feet, QNH 1005, Japan Air 408 Heavy. Japan Air 408 Heavy, cross Vixen at or above 1000 feet, then descend to 9000 feet, QNH 1005. Cross Vixen at or above 1000 feet, then descend to 9000 feet, QNH 1005, Japan Air 408 Heavy.
Tokyo Control, China Post 208, passing flight level 143, climbing to flight level 160.
China Post 208, Tokyo Control, identified, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, China Post 208. Tokyo Control ZB53 Heavy, passing flight level 206, descending to flight level 200.
Zippy 53 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified, climb flight level 400.
Climb flight level 400, Zippy 53 Heavy.
Japan Air 408 Heavy, contact Tokyo approach 124.4. Contact Tokyo approach 124.4, Japan Air 408 Heavy. Air Japan 185 Heavy, report ready for descent. Ready for descent, Air Japan 185 Heavy. Air Japan 185 Heavy, descend to flight level 330. Descend to flight level 330, Air Japan 185 Heavy. Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 134.15.
Center on 134.15. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good day. Tokyo Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Passing flight level 227, climbing to flight level 380, direct Tokis.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified. Tokyo Control, Cathay 867 Heavy, flight level 319er. Cathay 867 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified.
Tokyo Control, Alpha Wing 755, flight level 211.
Alpha Wing 755, Tokyo Control, identified, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Alpha Wing 755.
Alpha Wing 755, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Alpha Wing 755.
Alpha Wing 755, descend via star to 2,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend via start to 2,000 feet, QNH 1008, Alpha Wing 755.
Japan Air 3117, contact Tokyo Control 125.6, bye-bye.
Contact Tokyo Control 125.6, Japan Air 3117.
Jeju Air 1603, descend via star to 3,000 feet, QNH 1006.
Descend via star to 3,000 feet, QNH 1006, Jeju Air 1603.
Tokyo Control CP53 Heavy, passing flight level 311, climbing to flight level 400.
Zippy 53 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified. Alpha Wing 755, contact Tokyo Control 125.6, bye-bye.
Contact Tokyo Control 125.6, Alpha Wing 755.
Japan Air 219 QNH 1006, expect the RNAV Zulu approach runway 15.
QNH 1006, expect the RNAV Zulu approach runway 15, Japan Air 219.
Japan Air 219, cleared direct SBAC, cross SBAC at or above 7,000 feet, cleared RNAV Zulu approach runway 15.
Cleared direct SBAC, cross SBAC at or above 7,000 feet, cleared RNAV Zulu approach runway 15, Japan Air 219.
Cathay 867 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 133.5.
Send on 133.5, Cathay 867 Heavy.
Tokyo Control, Alpha Wing 297, flight level 180.
Alpha Wing 297, Tokyo Control, identified, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, Alpha Wing 297.
Tokyo Control, all Nippon 680 Heavy, passing flight level 286, descending to 3,000 feet.
All Nippon 680 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified.
Tokyo Control, Skymark 532, flight level 369er.
Skymark 532, Tokyo Control, identified. Japan Air 219, contact Tokyo Control 133.5, bye-bye.
Center on 133.5, Japan Air 219, bye-bye.
Japan Air 651 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 133.5.
Center on 133.5, Japan Air 651 Heavy.
Philippine 421 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 125.9er.
Center on 125.9er, Philippine 421 Heavy.
Jeju Air 1603 QNH 1006, expect the ILS Zulu approach runway 30.
QNH 1006, expect the ILS Zulu approach runway 30, Jeju Air 1603.
Tokyo Control, J Ocean 189, passing flight level 210, descending to 2,000 feet. J Ocean 189, Tokyo Control, identified. Alpha Wing 297, contact Tokyo Control 125.6.
Contact Tokyo Control 125.6, Alpha Wing 297.
J-Ocean 189, contact Tokyo Control 125.6. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 125.6, J-Ocean 189.
Skymark 532, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Skymark 532.
Skymark 532, descend to flight level 180.
Descent to flight level 180, Skymark 532.
Jeju Air 1603, cleared direct OCHA, cross OCHA at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu approach runway 30.
Cleared direct OCHA, cross OCHA at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu approach runway 30, Jeju Air 1603.
Japan Air 669, contact Tokyo Control 133.5, bye-bye.
Contact Tokyo Control 133.5, Japan Air 669, have a good afternoon.
Control, Japan Air 262, passing flight level 285, descending to 3,000 feet.
Japan Air 262, Tokyo Control, identified.
Tokyo Control, Air Beach 343. Good afternoon. Passing flight level 260, climbing to flight level 340.
Air Beach 343, Tokyo Control, identified. Jeju Air 1603, no tower services available at airport. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Jeju Air 1603.
Tokyo Control, SmartCat 753, flight level 340.
SmartCat 753, Tokyo Control, identified. All Nippon 680 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 119.35. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 119.35, all Nippon 680 Heavy.
Air Peach 625, contact Tokyo Control 119.35.
Contact Tokyo Control 119.35, air pitch 625.
Skymark 532, descend flight level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Skymark 532.
Walker 803 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 133.5, good day.
Contact Tokyo Control 133.5. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good day. Tokyo Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Flight level 380.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified. Tokyo Control, SmartCat 753, good afternoon, flight level 340. SmartCat 753, Tokyo Control, identified. Tokyo Control ZT53 Heavy, flight level 400. ZT53 Heavy, Tokyo Control, identified. Japan Air 219, no tower services available at airport. Frequency change approved. Good day. Frequency change approved, Japan Air 219.
Tokyo Control, Air Busan 122, passing flight level 108, descending to 4,000 feet.
Air Busan 122, Tokyo Control, identified. Japan Air 669, cleared Nolel arrival, runway 01.
Clear Nolel arrival, runway 01, Japan Air 669.
Starflyer 67, cleared Kirin Echo arrival, runway 16 left.
Cleared Kirin Echo arrival, runway 16 left, Starflyer 67.
Cathay 867 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Centaur 132.5, Cathay 867 Heavy.
Tokyo Control, all Nippon 627, good afternoon, flight level 360.
All Nippon 627, Tokyo Control, identified.
Tokyo Control, IBEX 75, flight level 286.
IBEX 75, Tokyo Control, identified. Climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, IBEX 75.
Alpha Wing 661, contact Tokyo Control 124.905, good day.
Contact Tokyo Control 124.905 Alpha Wing 661.
Starflyer 67, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Starflyer 67.
Starflyer 67, descend to flight level 150.
Descent to flight level 150, Starflyer 67.
Japan Air 651 Heavy, cleared Simas East arrival, runway 34.
Cleared Simas East arrival, runway 34, Japan Air 651 Heavy.
Hong Kong Shuttle 899, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Contact Fukuoka Control 132.5 Hong Kong Shuttle 899.
Airbus on 122, contact Kansai approach 125.3.
Contact Kansai approach 125.3, Airbus on 122.
Japan Air 651 Heavy, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent. Japan Air 651 Heavy.
Japan Air 651 Heavy, descent to flight level 150.
Descent to flight level 150, Japan Air 651 Heavy.
IBEX 75, cleared Simas East arrival, runway 34.
Cleared Simas East arrival, runway 34, IBEX 75.
Japan Air 651 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Center on 132.5, Japan Air 651 Heavy.
Japan Air 669, contact Tokyo Control 124.905.
Contact Tokyo Control 124.905, Japan Air 669.
IBEX 75, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, IBEX 75.
IBEX 75, descend to flight level 150.
Descent to flight level 150, IBEX 75.
Hong Kong Shuttle 691, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Contact Fukuoka Control 132.5, Hong Kong Shuttle 691.
IBEX 75, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Contact Fukuoka Control 132.5, IBEX 75. Have a good afternoon.
Starflyer 67, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 132.5, Starflyer 67.
Tokyo Control, Asiana 124, passing flight level 150, descending to 3,500 feet.
Asiana 124, Tokyo Control, identified. Philippine 421 Heavy, contact Tokyo Control 132.6.
Center on 132.6, Philippine 421 Heavy.
Asiana 124, contact center approach 121.175.
Contact center approach 121.175, Asiana 124. Tokyo Control, Japan Air 497, passing flight level 237, descending to flight level 140.
Japan Air 497, Tokyo Control, identified. Walker 803 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 132.5.
Contact Fukuoka Control 132.5. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Fukuoka Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Flight level 380.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. Starflyer 67, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1008, Starflyer 67.
Fukuoka Control Air China 858 Heavy, good afternoon, flight level 340.
Air China 858 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified.
Airspring 6604, flight level 304.
Airspring 6604, Fukuoka Control, identified. Japan Air 651 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 132.6, bye-bye.
Center on 132.6, Japan Air 651 Heavy.
Hong Kong Shuttle 899, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, have a good afternoon.
Contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, Hong Kong Shuttle 899.
Fukuoka Control, Air Japan 428 Heavy, good afternoon, flight level 242.
Air Japan 428 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified, climb flight level 410.
Climb flight level 410, Air Japan 428 Heavy.
IBEX 75, descend via start to 2,500 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend via start to 2,500 feet, QNH 1008, IBEX 75.
Air Japan 428 Heavy, cleared Havoc arrival, runway 32 left.
Cleared Havoc arrival, runway 32 left, Air Japan 428 Heavy.
Japan Air 669, descend via star to 1,800 feet, QNH 1007.
Descend via star to 1,800 feet, QNH 1007, Japan Air 669.
Air Peach 198, cleared Candy Alpha arrival, runway 06 right.
Cleared Candy Alpha arrival, runway 06 right, Air Peach 198.
Japan Air 669, contact OITA approach 127.7.
Contact OITA approach 127.7, Japan Air 669.
Hong Kong Shuttle 691, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1.
Center on 126.1, Hong Kong Shuttle 691, good day.
Magma India Charlie 08, contact Iwakuni approach 128.0.
Contact Iwakuni approach 128.0, Magma India Charlie 08.
China Eastern 748, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, good day.
Center on 126.1, China Eastern 748. Fuel control, Smart Cat 753, flight level 339F.
Smart Cat 753, Fukuoka Control, identified. Air Japan 428 Heavy, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Air Japan 428 Heavy.
Air Japan 428 Heavy, descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1007.
Descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1007, Air Japan 428 Heavy.
Air Peach 198, contact Tokyo Control 133.5.
Center on 133.5, Air Peach 198, have a good evening. IBEX 75. Contact Fukuoka Control 132.6.
Center on 132.6 IBEX 75.
Fukuoka Control, News I-6A, passing flight level 117, descending to 1,800 feet.
New Sky 68, Fukuoka Control, identified. Starflyer 67, descend via star to 2,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend via star to 2,000 feet, QNH 1008, Starflyer 67.
Good evening, Fukuoka Control, all Nippon 627, passing flight level 360, descending to flight level 150.
All Nippon 627, Fukuoka Control, identified. Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1.
Contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good day. Fukuoka Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 380.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 132.6.
Contact Fukuoka Control 132.6, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Have a good evening. Fukuoka Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Flight level 380.
Commuter 734, cleared Simas North arrival, runway 34.
Cleared Simas North arrival, runway 34, commuter 734.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. Cafe 531 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 132.3. Have a good evening.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, Cathay 531 Heavy.
Commuter 759, no tower services available at airport. Frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
Frequency change approved, commuter 759.
Commuter 734, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, commuter 734.
Commuter 734, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1008.
descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1008, commuter 734.
Commuter 734, contact Kagoshima approach 120.1.
Contact Kagoshima approach 120.1, commuter 734.
Commuter 808, contact Kagoshima approach 120.1.
Contact Kagoshima approach 120.1, commuter 808.
IBEX 75, contact Kagoshima approach 120.1.
Contact Kagoshima approach 120.1, IBEX 75.
Local Control, Podcast 753, good evening, flight level 339. SmartCat 753, Fukuoka Control, identified. Commuter 772, cleared Kimco arrival, runway 34.
Cleared Kimco arrival, runway 34, commuter 772.
Air Beach 289, contact Kobe Control 132.3, good day.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, Air Beach 289.
Commuter 737, cleared Cana South arrival, runway 03.
Cleared Cana South arrival, runway 03, commuter 737.
Jean Air 914, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1.
Contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, Jin Air 914, good day.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, you were assigned flight level 380. I show you at flight level 390. Descend flight level 380.
Wilco, descend flight level 380, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Fukuoka Control, all Nippon 627, passing flight level 160, descending to flight level 150.
All Nippon 627, Fukuoka Control, identified. City 53 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 132.3.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, Zippy 53 Heavy.
Nippon 627, descend via star to 2,500 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend via star to 2,500 feet, QNH 1008, all Nippon 627.
Philippine 418, contact Fukuoka Control 118.9.
Contact Fukuoka Control 118.9, Philippine 418.
Commuter 737, descend via star to 2,300 feet, QNH 1002.
Descend via star to 2,300 feet, QNH 1002, commuter 737.
Cathay 867 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 132.3.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, Cathay 867 Heavy.
Fukuoka Control Thai 673 Heavy, good evening, flight level 340.
Thai 673 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. Commuter 737, contact Kobe Control 132.3, have a good evening.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, commuter 737.
Jetstar 53 Heavy, contact Fukuoka Control 126.1.
Contact Fukuoka Control 126.1, Jetstar 53 Heavy, have a good evening.
Commuter 772, contact Kagoshima Approach 120.1.
Contact Kagoshima Approach 120.1, commuter 772.
All Nippon 627, contact Kagoshima Approach 120.1.
Contact Kagoshima Approach 120.1, all Nippon 627. Fukuoka Control Cathay 507 Heavy, flight level 340.
Cathay 507 Heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. EVA 121, contact Kobe Control 132.3, good day.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, EVA 121.
Hong Kong Shuttle 899, contact Kobe Control 132.3, have a good evening.
Center on 132.3, Hong Kong Shuttle 899.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push.
Dirt will drop from the panel above your head.
Please hit
Pull the
parking
mask
brakes.
towards you. Place it over your nose and mouth. Take it.
Fukuoka Control, Alpha Wing 1215, flight level 380.
Alpha Wing 1215, Fukuoka Control, identified.
Fukuoka Control, New Sky 129, flight level 400.
New Sky 129, Fukuoka Control, identified. Kong Shuttle 691, contact Kobe Control 132.3. Have a good evening.
Center on 132.3, Hong Kong Shuttle 691, good day.
Future control, express wing 606 heavy, flight level 310.
Express wing 606 heavy, Fukuoka Control, identified. Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 132.3.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Kobe Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Passing flight level 400, descending to flight level 380 direct cruiser.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Kobe Control, identified. Commuter 737 and H1002 expect the ILS Yankee approach runway 03 with the SOCOM transition.
QNH1002 expect the ILS Yankee approach runway 03 with the SOCOM transition, commuter 737.
JX867 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 119.3. Have a good evening.
Contact Kobe Control 119.3 Cathay 867 Heavy.
Commuter 737, cleared direct Sukhum, cross Sukhum at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS Yankee approach runway 03.
Cleared direct Sukhum, cross Sukhum at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS Yankee approach runway 03, commuter 737.
Kobe Control Smartcast 753, good evening, flight level 340.
SmartCat 753, Kobe Control, identified.
Kobe Control, JX803, flight level 321.
JX803, Kobe Control, identified. Climb flight level 390.
Climb flight level 390, JX803.
EVA 121, contact Kobe Control 119.3.
Center on 119.3, EVA 121.
Kobe Control Skymark 387, good evening, passing flight level 182, descending to 2,300 feet.
Skymark 387, Kobe Control, identified. Commuter 737, No tower services available at airport. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Commuter 737, bye-bye.
Kobe Control, Alpha Wing 1215, flight level 380.
Alpha Wing 1215, Kobe Control, identified.
Air pitch 289, descend via start to 2,000 feet, QNH1004.
Descend via start to 2,000 feet, QNH1004, air pitch 289.
Hong Kong Shuttle 899, contact Kobe Control 119.3.
Center on 119.3, Hong Kong Shuttle 899.
Kobe Control, Thai 673 Heavy, good evening, flight level 339er.
Thai 673 Heavy, Kobe Control, identified. pitch 289, contact Kobe Control 119.3. Have a good evening.
Center on 119.3, air pitch 289.
Kobe Control, New Sky 129, flight level 400. New Sky 129, Kobe Control, identified.
Kobe Control, Alpha Wing 1213, flight level 280.
Alpha Wing 1213, Kobe Control, identified. Hong Kong Shuttle 691, contact Kobe Control 119.3.
Contact Kobe Control 119.3, Hong Kong Shuttle 691.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 119.3.
Contact Kobe Control 119.3, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Kobe Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good evening. Passing flight level 400, descending to flight level 380.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Kobe Control, identified.
Kobe Control ZP53 Heavy, good evening, flight level 400.
ZP53 Heavy, Kobe Control, identified. EVA 121, contact Kobe Control 123.9, good day.
Contact Kobe Control 123.9 at EVA 121, good day.
Alpha Wing 528, contact Kobe Control 132.3.
Center on 132.3, Alpha Wing 528, have a good evening.
Kong Shuttle 899, contact Kobe Control 123.9er.
Center on 123.9er, Hong Kong Shuttle 899, good day.
Kobe Control Smart Cat 721, flight level 339er.
Smart Cat 721, Kobe Control, identified. VistaJet 836, contact Kobe Control 132.3.
Contact Kobe Control 132.3, VistaJet 836, have a good evening.
Walker 803 Heavy, contact Kobe Control 123.9er.
Contact Kobe Control 123.9er. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Kobe Control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Good evening. Passing flight level 400, descending to flight level 380 direct Bulan.
J-Ocean 626, cleared Velno South arrival, runway 36 left.
Cleared Velno South arrival, runway 36 left, J-Ocean 626.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Kobe control, identified. Hong Kong Shuttle 899, contact Taipei control 124.6.
Center on 124.6, Hong Kong Shuttle 899. Kobe Control, Hong Kong Shuttle 691, flight level 360.
Hong Kong Shuttle 691, Kobe control, identified. Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Taipei control 124.6. Have a good evening.
Contact Taipei control 124.6, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Taipei control, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Passing flight level 400, descending to flight level 380 direct APOM.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Taipei control, identified. 51 Heavy, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Cathay 531 Heavy.
Taipei Control, Hong Kong Shuttle 691, flight level 360.
Hong Kong Shuttle 691, Taipei Control, identified. Cathay 531 Heavy, contact Taipei approach 128.5.
Contact Taipei approach 128.5, Cathay 531 Heavy.
EVA 8835, descend via star to 4,000 feet.
Descend via star to 4,000 feet, EVA 8835.
EVA 8835, expect the RNAV approach runway 06 with the static transition.
Expected another approach runway 06 with the speaker transition, EVA 8835.
control smart cat 721, good evening, flight level 340.
Smart cat 721, Taipei control, identified. Starlux 803 heavy, clear Drake 1 Alpha arrival, runway 05 right.
Clear Drake 1 Alpha arrival. Runway 05 right. Starwalker 803 heavy. Starwalker 803 heavy. Approaching our top of descent. Ready for lower.
Starwalker 803 heavy, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200. Starwalker 803 heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our descent. Please return to your seat and ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened. At this time, please stow your tray table, return your seat back to the upright position, and open your window shades. In-flight duty-free sales will also be concluding shortly. Thank you for your cooperation.
JX835. Contact non-trunk control 120.5.
Center on 120.5, Evo 8835.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH1005.
Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH1005. Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Evo 121, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH1005.
Descend to 8,000 feet, QNH1005, Evo 121.
Taipei Control, JX803 Heavy, flight level 340. JX803 Heavy, Taipei Control, identified. Evo 8625, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Evo 8625.
Evo 8625, expect runway 20.
Expect runway 20, Evo 8625.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, descend to 5,000 feet.
Descend to 5,000 feet, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Contact 721. Cleared Baker 1 Alpha arrival. Runway 05 left.
Clear Baker 1 Alpha arrival, runway 05 left, slot cat 721.
Starwalker 803 Heavy. Contact Taipei approach 128.5.
Contact Taipei approach 128.5. Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Air China 190. Taipei departure. Identified. Climb flight level 140.
Climb flight level 140, Air China 190.
Taipei departure. Starwalker 803 Heavy. Passing 9,800 feet. Descending to 5,000 feet with information Papa.
Starwalker 803 Heavy Taipei approach. QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 right with the Gemini transition.
QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 right with the Gemini transition. Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Starwalker 803 Heavy. Descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet. Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Taipei departure, Evo 121, good evening, passing 9,800 feet, descending to 4,000 feet with information Papa.
Evo 121 Taipei approach. Good evening, QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition.
QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition, Evo 121.
Orange Liner 54. Contact Taipei Control 124.6.
Contact Taipei Control 124.6, Orange Liner 54, bye-bye.
Dynasty 916, 9,600 feet with information Papa.
Dynasty 916 Taipei approach. QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition.
QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition. Dynasty 916.
Dynasty 916. Cleared direct Gemini. Cross Gemini at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS approach runway 05 left.
Clear direct Gemini. Cross Gemini at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS approach runway 05 left. Dynasty 916. Taipei departure. Slot cat 232. Passing 1,600 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Smart Cat 232, Taipei departure, identified. Climb flight level 140.
Climb flight level 140, Smart Cat 232.
Eval 121, cleared direct Jenny, cross Jenny at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 05 left.
Clear direct Jammy, cross Jammy at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 05 left, Eval 121.
Air China 190, contact Taipei Control 124.6.
Center on 124.6, Air China 190.
Hello everyone, we're ready for landing. Please make sure that your signal is securely fastened. Thank you.
All aircraft be advised information Quebec now current, QNH 1005.
Departure, Mascot 4568 Heavy, good evening, 9,700 feet with information Quebec.
Mascot 4568 Heavy Taipei approach, QNH 1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition.
QNH 1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition, Mascot 4568 Heavy.
Mascot 4568 Heavy, cleared direct Gemini, cross Gemini at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 05 left.
Cleared direct Gemini, cross Gemini at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 05 left, Mascot 4568 Heavy.
SmartCat 232, contact Taipei Control 124.6.
Center on 124.6, SmartCat 232, bye-bye.
Taipei departure Thai 635 heavy passing 2,100 feet climbing to 4,000 feet.
Thai 635 heavy, Taipei departure, identified, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190 Thai 635 heavy.
Taipei departure, FedEx 5171 Heavy, good evening, passing 2,100 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet.
FedEx 5171 Heavy, Taipei departure, good evening, identified, climb flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, FedEx 5171 Heavy.
EVO 121, contact Taipei Tower 118.7.
Contact Tower 118.7, EVO 121, bye-bye.
Taipei departure, Thai Asia 231 passing 1,600 feet climbing to 4,000 feet.
Thai Asia 231, Taipei departure, good evening, identified, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150 Thai Asia 231.
Starlux 803 Heavy, cleared direct journey, cross journey at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 05 right.
Cleared direct jammy, cross jammy at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS approach runway 05 right, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Thai 635 Heavy, contact Taipei Control 124.6, bye-bye.
Center on 124.6 Thai 635 heavy, good day.
1116. Contact Taipei Tower 118.7. Have a good evening.
Contact Tower 118.7 Dynasty 916.
FedEx 5171 Heavy. Contact Taipei Control 124.6. Have a good evening.
Center on 124.6. FedEx 5171 Heavy, good day.
Thai Asia 231. Contact Taipei Control 124.6.
Tender on 124.6 Thai Asia 231.
Taipei departure Cathay 473 Heavy, passing 1,600 feet, climbing to 4,000 feet.
Cathay 473 Heavy. Taipei departure. Good evening. Identified. Climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190 Cathay 473 Heavy.
Taipei departure SmartCat 721, passing 9,800 feet, descending to 4,000 feet with information Quebec.
SmartCat 721 Taipei approach. QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition.
QNH1005 expect the ILS approach runway 05 left with the Gemini transition SmartCat 721.
Nest 4568 Heavy. Contact Taipei Tower 118.7.
over to Tower 118.7, mascot 4568 Heavy. Have a good evening.
Taipei departure, Melindo 883, good evening, passing 1,600 feet, climbing to 4,000 feet.
Melindo 883, Taipei departure, identified, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Melindo 883.
$2,000.
Cathay 473 Heavy, contact Taipei Control 124.6.
Contact Taipei Control 124.6, Cathay 473 Heavy, bye-bye.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact Taipei Tower 129.3.
Over to Tower 129.3, Starwalker 803 Heavy. Taipei Tower, Starwalker 803 Heavy. ILS approach runway 05 right.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, Taipei Tower, continue.
Wilco Starwalker 803 Heavy.
EVA 809, contact Taipei departure 128.5.
Contact Taipei departure 128.5, EVA 809.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, wind 060 degrees, 14 knots, runway 05 right cleared to land.
Runway 05 right cleared to land. Starwalker 803 Heavy.
Coordinate 188 Heavy, ready for departure, runway 05 right.
Korean Air 188 Heavy, hold short of runway 05 right.
Pull short of runway 05 right, Coordinate Air 188 Heavy.
$300. Speed above. Minimum seat rate. 190, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Korean Air 188 Heavy, runway 05 right, light up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 05 right, Coordinate 188 Heavy. Starwalker 803 Heavy, exit left at Sierra 8.
Exit left at Sierra 8, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
各位贵宾，我们已经抵达。为了您的安全，在安全带灯号尚未熄灭之前，请您继续留在座位并系妥安全带。
Starwalker 803 Heavy, contact ground 121.6.
通讯功能。
Ground 121.6, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
感谢您搭乘星宇航空的班机，我们期待能够再次为您服务，谢谢。
Starwalker 803 Heavy. Request taxi to the gate.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Starwalker 803 Heavy, welcome to 桃园国际机场. Stay parking or advise if need assignment.
Functions of your mobile phones. Please make sure to take all your belongings with you when you disembark. Thank you for flying with Starlux Airlines. It has been our pleasure serving you today.
Request gate Bravo 4, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
各位贵宾。
Starwalker 803 Heavy, taxi to stand Bravo 4 via Quebec 6, Quebec, Bravo 4.
Taxi to stand Bravo 4 via Quebec 6, Quebec, Bravo 4, Starwalker 803 Heavy.
感謝您嚟自船務航空嘅班機，期待今天人能夠在為您服務，感謝。